Okay, last night we had our own Walker Lawson at the City of Charlotte meeting. And Walker, I do just want to say to you, I'm so happy that you're here today because that was a late meeting. It ran until 10:30, right?
Yeah, 10:30. We ran outside, went live.
Yep.
It was one of those breaking news on the moment
Yes.
situations. So,
And that breaking news was about I-77. Now, we've been talking about these express lanes so much, how that project wanted to expand those express lanes. But last night, City Charlotte rescinded the support for those express lanes in a vote of 6-5. Walker, what happened?
Yeah, super tight vote. So it started off with a resolution. Essentially, the City of Charlotte was going to direct NCDOT to pause the project and to look at alternatives, different ways they could explore the project, what could they do to change it, improve it. And essentially, JD Maswadas had put in a recommendation to change the resolution to say, let's find a third party to look at this. Why does NCDOT need to be the only agency when we live in a world of AI and all of these other things we can explore? Obviously, Victoria Watlington and Ed Driggs are working with UNC Charlotte to try to find other ways to design not only 77 but other road projects. So the ask was to change this resolution, and then as council went on discussing that resolution for a long time, Renee basically decided that she wanted to propose rescinding the support of the project, and so it passed 6-5. It was a tight vote. So this means now that Ed Driggs will go to CRTPO, which is who approved basically the project in a sense, and basically said that they supported it. So Ed will have to go to CRTPO, tell them that the city no longer supports this project, and then a vote should happen again for CRTPO to see whether they will rescind the project or not. I've already reached out to the mayor of Matthews, who will be one of those people voting. He said he will rescind his support on the project. Obviously, Cornelius will have a vote. Huntersville, in the previous time that this happened, there was a lot of pushback from the northern communities because of the toll lanes that are already happening there.
Sure.
So it'll be interesting to see kind of where they fall. People on council believe that there's enough votes to rescind. This basically brings us back to the drawing board. This is a start over goal. JD kind of told me today this is uncharted territory. We've never gone here before. So they just felt that NCDOT had dropped the ball with this project and that we need to start fresh.
I feel like, when we did start this whole thing, there was a lot of support for it just because of the congestion that we are seeing on I-77. Of course, a lot of the nervousness was going through, communities, neighborhoods, which is definitely a concern. What would you say is the biggest reason, that they're trying to rescind this now instead of when they were, pretty gung-ho about this? Is it because they just want to see different designs, or like you were saying, or?
Yeah, so I think as we've learned more in this process, so this was something that was discussed years ago. I mean, years ago, this was brought up, this was discussed, this went to CRTPO, it went, NCDOT had plans, and I feel like a lot of people didn't know anything about it until these designs showed up a couple months ago that showed this intrusion into historic Black communities. And so that first raised the flag. But then as we've gone forward, then you get elevated designs and people were like, oh, we don't want to see the skyline disappear. What is this going to look like?
Right.
Then a lot of research started coming out about other cities like Montreal and other states that have had elevated designs and are now moving away from them. So a lot of council members started researching into that and learning, okay, maybe that isn't a good option. But NCDOT recently has really put forward and said that the reason that this project needs to happen is because of crashes and the crash rate. Toll lanes don't really address congestion.
Right.
And so if the issue is congestion, then like Councilmember Maswadas says, then what is the point?
Right.
If this isn't going to address congestion, people are paying to get in a faster lane to get around.
Sure.
But if everyone pays to be in the fast lane, then the toll doesn't work in and of itself because people are going to be sitting in traffic.
Exactly.
So, and with all the people moving here, we are expanding our light rail system. The question is, can we find other ways, whether it's through transit, biking, pedestrian, other roadways, moving the interstate? Like, there's so many ideas and concepts. So I think when council sits down and started looking especially at, okay, we need to address crashes, but toll lanes don't address congestion, and congestion is the biggest complaint we're hearing from people. So what is the point?
Right.
And, you know, JD and I talked about this. This has been something that was designed years ago. Like, these ideas and concepts about 77 is something way before it feels like we've seen all these people moving here, all of the changes. We've now passed this 1 cent sales tax in the last year. So why harp and look back on old images and old designs, and why not try to use all the technology we have at our hands, a university that's here in the city that could help explore options? Why be stuck in the past when we could look forward is really something I've heard from the majority of people that are against this project on council, or advocacy groups, or residents that just live in the area.
Now, I'm going to ask you a different question, just because I know that you've covered city council before. You've been to those meetings. For city council, where the mayor has said, she is stepping down, she's not going to fulfill her term. What was it like there? Are we seeing people on council, because we know a bunch of them do actually want to run for mayor, kind of puffing their chests a little more, being more outspoken? What are we seeing there?
Yeah, I think you're seeing that for sure. You're seeing a little bit of a difference on council. I mean, we saw a split vote, 6-5. There have been discussions when I was on, talking to other people about whoever gets the 77 thing right is likely to be in a good spot for for mayor, is what we've heard people say, or people have mentioned it in conversation. So I think you saw that last night with a 6-5 vote. You're pretty much looking at 77 is probably one of the biggest things.
Absolutely.
But you also last night saw a lot of people in attendance at the meeting that have previously sat on council before. Jennifer Roberts, who's obviously thrown her hat in the ring, was there last night. I saw Tijuana Brown. There have just been a lot of people last night that were out there.
Right.
And I think that you're seeing that there's definitely a change or a feeling that something different is coming amongst council, which obviously it is, because this is going to be a big change come June 30th. So I know Julie knows well as she's seen it firsthand, but I definitely think you had people speaking up and kind of wanting to get that chance to talk and to express their concerns, because we talked about 77 for quite some time.
I'm sure.
I think we started at 9 o'clock.
Wow.
And it was 10:30 and we were still
going.
Yeah. And people were asking a lot of questions too, because they really are kind of, this is a big step into uncharted territory, as JD said. And so they really wanted answers on what this vote and impact means, and what it'll look like for the city.
Very interesting. Walker Lawson, thank you so much for answering our questions. Being the I-77 guy, I mean, this guy has been on this since he got here.
I was like, ever since I joined, it's been non-stop.
Non-stop. So we appreciate you, Walker. Thanks so much.